All right, what's good, man? Let's get into it. So I know all the Deion groupies and the Deion Sanders fanboys are gonna come in my comment section, clickety-clackening, writing me essays and cursing me out like they're a bunch of 13-year-old boys in middle school. But before I start this video, I want to say I like Deion Sanders. I respect Deion Sanders. I'm a Florida State fan, even though Deion takes massive dumps all over Florida State now. Deion Sanders is one of the greatest Florida State Seminoles ever. And as a football player, he's great. Deion Sanders is very entertaining to watch. And I think Deion Sanders is great for college football because we need more personalities in college football. But someone has to call out Deion Sanders for being a bad head coach. Deion Sanders is a bad head coach. And I'm going to explain why right now. Number one, Travis Hunter should not be playing wide receiver and cornerback. And for anybody in my comments that's going to sit here and say, oh, well, Travis Hunter wants to play cornerback and he wants to play receivers. It's up to Deion Sanders to sit there and say, listen, bro, you physically cannot play. Football is a physical game. Deion should say to Travis Hunter, you cannot play wide receiver and cornerback. Those are two physical positions. You need to tackle as a cornerback, and you might get trucked, and you have to get in the go in the pile and tackle as a cornerback. And wide receiver, you're getting tackled. You're getting hit. Y'all remember that play against Stanford where Shedeur was going across the middle and the two safeties literally crushed him? And the dude's literally wobbling off the field? Travis Hunter should not be playing both positions. I get, Deion, you're trying to stat pad Shedeur's stats, which we're going to get into. We're going to get into Shedeur a little later in a minute. But at the same time, if Deion cares about Travis Hunter and thinks of Travis Hunter like his son, why would you have your son out there playing both positions? I don't see Shiloh out there playing both positions. I'm pretty sure he's talented enough to play wide receiver. But Deion's throwing Travis Hunter out there to help Shedeur with his stats as a quarterback, and honestly to help Shiloh with his defense. Deion don't care about Travis Hunter. He's just using him. And I want everybody to come back to this video. If Travis Hunter is not drafted where Shedeur or Shiloh goes, Deion will never talk about Travis Hunter ever again. The only reason why he's caring about Travis Hunter now is because he can help his sons both on defense and offense, and he should not be playing wide receiver. He's a cornerback. Let him play cornerback. If you honestly care about him in his NFL career, Travis Hunter has an injury history. Even before he took that late hit, that dirty hit from the Colorado State player, he should not be playing both sides of the field. I don't care if he did it in high school. I don't care if all you guys who never played college football, including myself, did it in high school. You physically cannot play college football, especially even NFL football, if Travis Hunter makes it there, playing both sides of the field. It's physically not possible, especially when you have an injury history. And honestly, if you look at Travis Hunter, he's always gassed on defense because he's playing both sides. And that's on Deion. Deion needs to shut him down and say, listen, you're either playing corner or you're playing wide receiver. And you should just let him play corner because that's what you're recruiting him to do. Let's move on. Now, I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders, as I said a couple minutes ago. Shedeur Sanders is a very good quarterback. I think he's a project quarterback, but I think he can become something very good. But let's be for real. Deion's only taken this job at Colorado to help Shedeur become a huge prospect in the NFL, which I really have no problem with. That's what a father should do for his son. But you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot take over the reins of a head coach and only care about, honestly, 2.5 players. And I put in Travis as the half player because I'm not completely sure Deion really cares about Travis like that. He cares about Shedeur, obviously. He cares about Shiloh, the cornerback, or the safety, his other son. And you want Exhibit A of this? Exhibit A is the offensive line. Deion Sanders takes multiple shots at the offensive line. He says they're not playing well. They said they need to step up. He even said he wants to replace the offensive line. Here's my question, though. Deion, You take shots at this offensive line. You say they're trash, they're garbage. And I'm paraphrasing when I say this. You said they're not playing as good. And you say you want to replace them on multiple occasions. Guess what, Deion? This offensive line is blocking for your son. And you're wondering why Shedeur is the most hit quarterback in college football. Maybe it's because you take massive dumps all over that offensive line that's supposed to be blocking for him. If you're an offensive lineman, why would you want to block for a coach who takes massive dumps all over you, who wants to replace you, who's going to force you to transfer like he did the last offensive line, but expects you to block for his son? He expects the offensive line to block for his son when he takes massive dumps all over him. The offensive lineman is going to be like, you know what, to get back at Deion, I'm going to let Shedeur, get killed out there. Obviously, duh. Deion, you went to college, bro. 2 + 2 is 4. You take shots at the offensive line. The offensive line hears it, equals Shedeur is going to be the most hit quarterback in the the NCAA. Duh. It's that simple. So I'm not shocked Shedeur is getting injured and he's the most hit quarterback in the NCAA because his coach, aka his dad, keeps taking shots at them and keeps saying he wants to replace them. So if you're going to replace them, what's the point of them blocking for your son now? They're going to be gone. And then let's talk about Shedeur even more. Listen, Deion Sanders needs to do what's best for Shedeur, and when he's injured, you take him out the game. I was watching Oregon State versus Colorado Saturday night, and Shedeur took a massive hit. Now, granted, Colorado came back and made it a one possession game, but they weren't winning that game. Oregon State was not going to let them win that game, and Shedeur took a massive hit from the offensive line, refusing to block for him because Deion takes a lot of shots at them. And Deion threw him right back out there. This dude, Shedeur, is literally wobbling. He's literally wobbling like he's been standing up for too long. Like he's been sitting down for too long. And Deion threw him right back out there. It was 20-6. Why you throwing Shedeur back out there? It's over. It's done. Preserve him for the next game. Literally, preserve him for the next game. You guys are not winning. You guys are 4-4 now. Deion Sanders is not only using Travis Hunter to help Shedeur, he's also detrimenting Shedeur Sanders by throwing him out there when he's not supposed to be out there. Who were they playing last week? I forgot who they were playing last week. It's probably going to come to me after this video. Was it? No, it wasn't Stanford. I forgot who they were playing last week. But last week, Shedeur, the game is out of hand, and he's leaving Shedeur out there. For what? I get you want Shedeur to win the Heisman Trophy winner. I get that you want Shedeur to be the top prospect in 2024 draft or 2025 draft, whenever Shedeur is coming out. But at the same time, if you want Shedeur to be a high prospect and to play football, when it's a blowout, Deion, you bench him. That's your son. That is literally your son. Why are you letting him go out there when the game is over? The game is over. Even that Oregon game, I don't care if they came back within a touchdown. The game was over. Take him out. When I seen Shedeur wobbling off the field and going back in the locker room, I'm like, dang, he needs to really get off the field. Deion should not put him back on the field, even if he's medically cleared to go back on the field. And this all goes back to Deion Sanders. Let's talk about the fact how Colorado is one of the most undisciplined teams in the NCAA. That's on Deion. They have the most flags in the NCAA. The most roughing the passer and unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in the NCAA. That's on Deion Sanders. I get it. Deion Sanders has a big personality. I get Deion Sanders is doing everything for these other players who want to be coaches in the NCAA or maybe even the NFL. But at the same time, he's not a good coach. He's a bad coach. Deion Sanders should have became a quarterback's coach, or he should have became the cornerback's coach to be close to his sons. He should not be the head coach of Colorado. And I'm going to say this too to end this off. If Travis Hunter is not drafted to wherever Shedeur or Shiloh's drafted to, Deion Sanders will never talk to him again, and he will never talk about him again. Deion Sanders doesn't talk about anybody on the team besides Shiloh, Shedeur, and Travis Hunter. And when they get drafted, and I'm talking about his sons, he will leave Colorado. Come back to this video. Timestamp that and come back to this video 2-3 years when they get drafted. But that's my thoughts, man. What are yours? What's your thoughts on my take about Deion Sanders being a bad coach? RJ out.